I'm seeing so much insane shit that I don't know how to process it. We got Fujitsubo, we got Exedy, Blitz, Trust, Varis, Project View, Raise, Ings, Advan, a Lexus LFA, the Ioniq 5N Mini GT concept, the Ioniq 5N Keiichi Tsuchiya DK edition. It's Takuma Sato. Oh my god, it's so crowded in here and so sweaty. This is like some mecha shit. This was supposed to be top 5, but now the entire show is kind of sick. All right, we're here at the 2025 Tokyo Auto Salon. We're gonna do a quick run around. So let's go to the Gazoo Racing booth because this is the coolest one. We're gonna start with what my favorite is. This year's demonstration is a Marizo celebration. So it's pretty much all his coolest cars that he raced at the N24. There is an Altezza RS200, one of the development cars they used to develop the LFA and its carbon chassis. Toyota 86, and then way back there is a Supra GT4. They lined up all these sick race cars that the former chairman of Toyota himself raced, excluding this thing. You see a couple significant photos on the wall, a couple of them being over there within the LFA thing, and over there actually, that guy next to him, Naruse-san, was the master test driver of the LFA. He died tragically in a crash during the development of the Nürburgring edition, and he still has like a huge impact on what the company is today. Actually, for like any LFA nerd, this is like some mecha shit. So I guess this is Naruse-san's actual driver suit, and this is Akio's racing suit, I presume, from back in the day. This looks like a 2008-9 suit. Okay, one thing I almost forgot is, look at this thing. This is a GR Yaris with the engine in the back. This is called the G20E. It is a 4-cylinder version of the 3-cylinder engine in the GR Yaris, this time in the back of a GR Yaris. My theory is this. This is a development car for the MR2 using this engine. The wheelbase and the shape and the width are all just about right for an MR2 would be. I think this is some kind of suspension development, chassis development buck with this body over it to try to hide it. It's a little too well done for it to just be a fun Z prototype. This thing is used for something. This booth, excellent. Number 1 here. Let's move on. I'm trying to show you the top 5 at the Tokyo Auto Salon, folks, and the top 5 at the Tokyo Auto Salon is gonna be this insane crowd and a bunch of dudes taking pictures of women. So here is the phenomenon known as Tokyo Auto Salon syndrome, where people only show up and they don't even know cars exist. They just take photos of the women. Yeah, you see how he's examining very closely what's happening, and it's definitely a unique feature of this show. Let's get out of here. So here we're at Hall 2 of Tokyo Auto Salon, and I'm realizing this is a blue chip hall. We got Fujitsubo, we got Exedy, Blitz, Trust, Varis, Project View, Upgarage, Raise, Ings, Advan, Bilstein, all in one hall. So this is gonna be a great one. So we're here at Varis. They make aero kits that are very well designed and cool. I guess they made a new S2000 kit. I haven't seen this before. Really big, what is that, carbon polyweave? Is that what you call that? The big squares, or that's just like whatever?
It's just carbon, it's just it's 1x1 twill in a very large pattern.
There you go, what he said, what the nerd said. It's 1x1 twill in a large pattern. So I guess they're figuring out new carbon patterns. Right next to Varis, which I don't care about anymore, is Amemiya, which is one of the most legendary rotary tuners ever, and here is a blue car. Amemiya is really famous. They make aero parts for FDs, they tune them up. Really famous for Tsukuba Time Attack, and their booth is just full of rotaries and full of FDs. They still love these cars. Yeah, one of the most famous rotary tuners on the planet. One of their cars, the Boost Up 7, was in Gran Turismo 5, 6, 7. Favorite Amemiya car, that's so cool. And behind us is Fujitsubo. So they make really high quality titanium exhausts. I had one on my Civic Type R, and I really loved it. Really mature tone on the thing, is also extremely high quality. And their whole booth runs all the way over here. One of the most JDM tight exhaust system makers ever. Oh yeah, look at this display. Look at that. So you got a nice underside look into an A86 with their gorgeously crafted exhaust. Oh, we have MF Ghost. It's the MF Ghost car. This is the MF Ghost car, the one that Kanata drives. At least it's a replica of it. So you can have Spiral Zero, the Blitz big brake kit, just like in the anime, 86 with a gold because he's like a top 10, whatever, I think, that's right. And also, it's current up to the anime because it's turbo, Blitz turbo, just like it is in the anime, really cool. Cool, all right, let's move on. Let's go to GReddy now. What do we got here? We got a tuned up Hi-Ace, big intercooler. Thing's probably slow. And that looks like VR38 twin turbo, yeah, let's look at it. Yeah, that's VR38, neat. Those are little babies, we love it. And a gorgeous base eye blue R34. You know what I'm getting? I'm smoking myself sober right now. I'm seeing so much insane shit that I don't know how to process it. And Project Muse right over there, they'll have nice big brake kits. And Project Muse is also one of the more well-known brake makers, along with Endless in Japan. I guess they're more entry-level around this. I guess more entry-level than Endless. It's kind of all the same thing, really. And they all make different pad compounds. Oh, here we go. Let's look at that. So they got some rotors and stuff. They make their own calipers, rotors, brake pads, all that stuff. And oh no, this is a good one. Advan. We have Advan wheels. Look at this, we love this. My favorite wheels are made by this company. For example, the RG4, the TC4, the RZ2, the RGD2, the GT Beyond, the RZF2, the RZDF2, all of these are the sickest wheels after Rays. And honestly, my wheel that I want to put on every car ever is a TC4. Or, well, even that, like RZ3. So actually we have all these new wheels right now. These are Steez, RGD2s, a little lip on them. Right next to Advan is the arrow I would put on my car, which is Ings. Which, speaking of owning a GReddy6, here we go. We can look at the Ings front bumper for a GReddy6, which is developed in S-Ty, or Super Taikyu, which is a touring car series. And of all the bumpers you could choose, I do like this one. I think it looks neat for the Gen 2. They make the sickest looking Supra bumper, but they kind of have this corporate face going on. I don't know, it's whether you like it or not, I enjoy it. Okay, now that we looked at this, let's go back over to HKS. I saw something neat just walking around. This is the Craft Sports Japan booth. They have a master technician, master craftsman, assembling what looks like a JZ. Yeah, that's a JZ upright. They have the twin turbos on the table over there, fuel rail, all that kind of stuff, exhaust manifolds. Pretty neat. If you look over here behind, they have a display of a VR38 and 3 RBs, which is pretty sick. All the while they're having a man build one. Very cool. Red wrinkle. I definitely have heard of Craft Sports Japan because if you look at this, it appears they're responsible for vehicles that have raced in the N24. Okay, well these people are the real deal. They have champagne bottles from somewhere and they have quite a large booth, so clearly they've done something correctly here. And they have, holy shit, a couple of GTRs. Oh, they have gorgeous GTRs, holy shit. I learned something new. Probably a very well-known engine builder that I just learned about. Well, that other Bayside blue in the middle says Omori Factory on the side. That's Nismo's special factory just for these cars, where they make all the parts from scratch, including built engines. There you go, got an Omori Factory. R34 with Z-Tune fenders. Clubman Race Spec Bayside blue, there you go. Okay, now we're over here at HKS, probably the most well-known parts maker. They have a factory, they pretty much make everything on their own as far as I know. And they're displaying an FL5 Type R, which probably has a big turbo and intake. Yeah, I can see it from over here. Problem is it's absolutely crowded by people. Yeah, there you go, Civic Type R FL5 parts. They make coilovers, really good coilovers actually. And really they specialize in forced induction and suspension is what HKS is best known for, and exhausts. I think the notable thing with this year is that HKS, for the first time in a long time, brought a full catalog build car, which is, I think, that R34 over there, where they built it from the top down. It was a demo car, which they haven't done in a long time. The thing is, with these cars, they're getting so valuable now that it's worth doing this kind of thing. You see how crazy crowded it is. I think that's the demo car, I'm not sure. I do know they brought a demo car. This is the HKS Skyline GTR. So this is the demo car, I guess the first time they've done, like, spent a lot of time innovating parts for the platform, I guess. Back in the day, what they were famous for was doing the V-Cam, which they did variable valve timing on these things before anyone else did. What is this? Oh, you know what this is? So the HKS, I guess, is their branding play on making full builds. Because look, there's like a whole thing up there, Dimension X, Dimension 4, Dimension Z. I don't know what any of that means. It's probably very highly philosophical, but I guess it's the choice of what you can do with your builds. Neat. Okay, let's leave this very busy booth now. I'm getting extremely overstimmy from this. We're making our way over. I was gonna go to Nissan, but I just noticed Top Secret is right here, and we have a special connection with Top Secret here at Motor One. We did a video on a bunch of their historic cars and the GT300 car and D1 cars, so let's see what they're doing right now. Looks like we got some catalog builds, an R34 and an R35, and yeah, Top Secret, still building fast cars. This one's Top Secret Gold, so it means there's probably enough of a build that you could paint it. The rest of them are in this gray. Yeah, it looks like we're not breaking into Top Secret without a miracle, so we're gonna just appreciate it from afar and notice that they're still going strong and thriving. Okay, here we are at Rays, another extremely famous wheel maker, best known for the TE37. which we will find shortly. But they make a bunch of other great designs like the C28. This is the, there you go, T37 in there, and you have the ND24. Yeah, there you go. There's your Le Mans winning wheel up at the top and a couple of T37s. There's a lot of different wheel makers under Arrays. There's Volk Racing, which makes the C28, T37. And then you have, I guess, VMF, which is like it's a different brand. And you also have Graham Lights, which make the cheaper wheels that you can get in, cheaper entry-level cast wheels. And they have a couple of extremely insanely looking cars here. Oh my God. Okay, so we're here at Nissan now. We should look at the GT500Z and then the highly controversial R32 GTR EV, which is just an R32 GTR with all of the good parts taken out, and there's only a shitty car left behind, basically, that is an electric car. We love the GT500Z. This is very cool. Look at that. Yeah. Proper race car there. Really cool. So you see the aero complications on the side is a really neat feature of GT500 cars. Are really f***ing fast cars as far as GT cars go. And they're all based on what's called a mother chassis. They're kind of all based around the same chassis, and then a silhouette's built around them. Super advanced cars. Now let's look at this thing that I don't think should exist and I hate. This car is literally stupid. Like, why would you take the good part of a GTR out of a GTR? You know why I'm mad? Because I've driven R32 GTR. It's the best GTR. It's an excellent car. Nicely balanced, wonderful charismatic engine, really unique experience. And then you just take the heart and soul out of the thing and make it that? Stupid. Spend your time doing better things, Nissan. All right, we find ourselves at Mugen, which is a sort of a little puzzle piece to Honda. They're a tuner, they run their racing team, the whole thing. The thing they're showing is the Group B prototype right here, which has a lot of extremely expensive and nice parts and a crowd of people around it, as per usual at Tokyo Auto Salon. It's a lot of carbon fiber. You see the rear diffuser, side skirts, wing, and the carbon hood, which you can actually get a better view behind right here. It's a gorgeous piece of carbon fiber, really beautifully done. The issue is it's horrifically expensive. It is insane. It's like 50 grand for the full Group B kit. I see that dry carbon fender is gorgeous. All very lightweight, really well-developed stuff. You can see they actually worked on the aero over there, at least CFD plots, which is good. It's just horrifically expensive to buy the Mugen parts for a reason. I mean, it is a Honda factory racing team. They run SF, Super Formula for Honda, which actually have a Super Formula car right here. Let's go look at it. That's quite cool. The Dallara SF23. This is the second fastest race car in the world. Not quite as fast as Formula One, but a really quick car. Okay, let's keep moving. Oh shit.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, it's Takuma Sato. So Takuma Sato, two-time Indy 500 winner, is up doing a Q&A with Honda. Sato has driven an F1 as well. He drove for Honda's Formula One program, but most notably for the Indy 500. Let's move on. This is the ARTA booth, which is Autobox Racing Team Aguri. This car is heroic to anybody who loves cars that look cool and go fast. This is the ASM S2000. So ASM is a shop based in Yokohama. So the car is most famous for being extremely fast as Kuba, sub 1 minute, that whole thing. But mostly it's just beautifully built. You can see the carbon weave through the paint. There's a huge focus on looks, aesthetics with this car that people still try to replicate to this day. We love the ASM S2000. Also, they don't show this car ever, so it's pretty special that it's here and that we're seeing it. Okay, here we are at last haul of the 2025 Tokyo Auto Salon. The last stop I want to make is go see Hyundai. So check out the car that I got invited to see, which was actually two cars I got invited to see, which was the Ioniq 5N Mini GT concept and the Ioniq 5N Keiichi Tsuchiya DK edition. The Mini GT, my friend actually worked on. He helped make the wing and a couple other aero parts on, which is neat. And let's just go look at them and wrap this up. Finally, home base. This is why I came all the way to TAS. It's because Hyundai flew me out to see these two cars. So this is the Ioniq 5N Mini GT, which is basically based on an EN1 kit. Epsilon Plus made the wing. I'm plugging my friend on purpose right now. But it's pretty much a wide body Ioniq 5N with a big diffuser, pretty cool car. It's turned into a die-cast, which is a whole thing. So it's pretty much a variety of parts, some aero, big brakes, wheels, and H&R springs, all to make the Ioniq 5N a bit sportier. DK himself was just like, the car is already pretty good, but here it is. It's pretty much just an Ioniq 5N with some springs, some wheels, some TWS wheels it looks like, and a bit of aero and a bit of carbon on it. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, but neat that they did a collaboration car with one of the most famous Japanese drivers of all time. I think with that is the conclusion of the 2025 Tokyo Auto Salon. It was a long walk. It was an annoying walk because there's so many people. It's crazy busy here, but it was a neat show. Cool to see it for the first time ever. And you know what? I'll try to come back, but hopefully it'll be less crowded. Let's get out of here.